Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good evening. It's time for 60 minutes dynamic Vinyasa. My name's Michael. Anyone here for the very first time doing yoga? Just to check. No. So if you do want blocks, do grab blocks. And let's start. So we're going to start, come to all fours position. Start with your hands under your shoulders. Good. Start with the fingers spread wide apart. Or open a little bit, press the knuckles down, and just start by warming up the wrists. Just go slowly and gently. So just start straight away just by mobilizing the wrists. Go forward and backwards a couple of times. Bring the weight on the hands and off the hands. Good. Start by warming up the wrists, and then go right and left a couple of times. Bring the weight to the right hand and the left hand. Just go side to side. Just see how your wrists feel. See how your shoulders feel. Your elbows. As you start to bring a little bit more body weight through your hands, through your arms. Make a big circle of your shoulders over the wrist. Go clockwise a few times. Good, and then go anti-clockwise. You can go fast, you can go slow with this kind of movement. Just feel it out. See how your joints feel to move them with some body weight. And then stop in the middle. Turn the fingers to the back. You can keep the knees on the floor. You can lift the knees up and come to a high plank. Push up through the center of the chest. Keep the legs nice and straight. If you're finding it harder, the knees up, just keep the knees down, but still push the center of the chest up towards the ceiling. Pull in the abdominal wall. Hold it. One more breath through the nose. Good. Put your knees back down. Turn the fingers to point forwards. And then do a cat-cow, so spine movement. Inhale, lift the chest up, arch the spine, push the tailbone back and up, and then exhale, round the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest, stomach in. Push your hips forward, look at your belly button, inhale through the nose. Arch the spine, chest up and chin up. Exhale through the nose, round the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest and push your hips forward. Inhale slowly. Link the breath and the movement together. Pull the shoulder blades down, chest up. Exhale, round the spine. Tuck the pelvis, suck the stomach in, push your hips forward. Inhale through the nose. Good, exhale through the nose. Try and get as much of the spine to move as you can. One more inhale. Good, exhale. Good, then come to a neutral spine position. Curl the toes and push your hips back and up. So you're in downward facing dog. Make your body look like an upside letter V shape, more or less. And inhale, come onto your tiptoes. Lift the heels up in the air as high as you can. Then exhale, bring the heels back down towards the floor. Good, inhale, lift the heels up. And exhale, bring the heels down. Inhale, lift the heels up. Let's come to the tiptoes. Exhale, bring the heels down. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels down. One more, inhale, lift the heels up. Good, exhale, push the heels back down, stretch the calf muscles. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Again, inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, bend the knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, side forward cobra pose. Exhale, bring your hips back towards your heels. Sit on the heels. Drop the head down. Come to a child's pose. Take a breath through the nose. And then come back to all fours position. Curl the toes. Push your hips back and up to downward facing dog. Do a little bit something simple to warm up. Inhale, lift your right leg up in the air. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, lift the right leg up in the air. Good, exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Across the body. Inhale, right leg up in the air. Exhale, bring your right knee to your nose. Chin in, stomach, and hold it there. 3, 2, 1. Lift your right leg all the way up. Then bend the right knee. Hang the leg over to the side and just do a hip stretch. Stretch the abdominal muscles, the side of the body. You could point the knee up. Turn the chest out to the side. Hold it. One more breath. Good. Bring your right foot back down on the floor. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, bend the knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, side forward cobra. Good, exhale, curl the toes, push your hips back and up, downward facing dog. And do the other side. Inhale, lift your left leg up in the air. Good, exhale, left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, left leg up in the air. Good, exhale, left knee to right elbow. And our left leg up in the air. Now left knee to the nose, chin in it, hold it there. 3, pulling the knee high as you can. 2, 1, lift your left leg all the way up. Then bend the knee, hang the leg over to the side. So just turn the hip out a little bit. Just stretch your quad and hip flexor, stomach muscles, whole left side of the body. Good, just to warm up a little bit. One more breath. Good, straighten the left leg, bring the left foot down on the floor. Inhale forward to a plank. Exhale, bend the knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, side forward, cobra pose. And then exhale, bring your hips back towards the heels. Sit on the heels. Drop the head down, come to a child's pose. Take a breath through the nose. Good, and then come back to all fours position. Curl the toes, push your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Step your right foot behind the right hand. Step your left foot behind the left hand so the feet are hip width and parallel. Bend the knees. Step on your hands. So the palm of the hand goes underneath the sole of the foot. Palm faces up. Bring your toes up towards your wrists. Drop your head down so you're looking between the shins. Make sure the body's on the legs. Make sure the stomach on the thighs. So you can have the knees bent here for this. So bend them a lot, as much as you need to. Then pull on the feet. Slowly start to push the knees back, but keep the body on the legs. Pull to stretch your spine down. Slowly push the knees back. And eventually get the legs straight. Then release the feet, hang over the legs. Now keep the knees a bit bent again. Keep the knees soft and roll up the spine. Stack the joints on the way up. Roll up, head up last of all. Good, get the spine up straight. And then start at the top of your mat. Start the feet together. Start the toes and heels touching side by side. And bring the hands in front of the chest in a prayer position. Okay, then close your eyes just for a moment, just before you start. So bring the feet all the way together, my friend. Touch the toes and the heels, that's it. Good, close your eyes. And wherever you're practicing, find your feet. So if you're here in the studio with us, land on your mat on the floor of the studio, but wherever you are, in your living room, in your bedroom, wherever you might be practicing tonight, bring yourself inside your body. In other words, turn your attention to your internal state, your state of body, your state of mind. And just observe it. Before you start, one thing that makes this yoga as opposed to anything else, as opposed to just a lot of jumping about and breathing, one thing that makes it yoga is not so much what you do, but why you do it. And you can make it a dedication. So think of someone you love, or think of someone who needs your love right now, and dedicate your practice to them. So you think all the effort you put in, all the hard work, think of it's for the benefit of somebody else. Hold that person in your mind as far as you can. You try and make your actions selfless. I'm going to start with one Om. Take a deep breath. Om. Open the eyes of the prayer high above your head. Look at the thumbs and arch the spine back. Exhale, do a forward bend, bring the body over the legs. Hand to the side of the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your right leg back, put the right knee down on the floor. Inhale, bring the arms up, arch the spine, do a low lunge, Anjanasana. Exhale, bring the hands either side of your left foot. Inhale, step your left leg back to a plank. Exhale, bend the knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, side forward into a cobra pose. Exhale, curl the toes, push your hips back and up. Come to downward facing dog. And then stand downward dog and breathe through the nose for 1. And out through the nose for 1. Inhale for 2. And you exhale for 2. So breathe a slow breath through the nose for 3. Exhale for 3. Eyes open for 4. Keep your mouth closed for 4. Last breath through the nose is 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, look up and step right foot forward, big step in between the hands. Exhale, put the left knee down on the floor. Inhale, bring the arms up, arch the spine, do a low lunge. Exhale, bring the hands either side of your right foot. Inhale, step your left foot forward to your feet together. Exhale, do a forward bend. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch your arms up. Arch the spine back. Exhale, bring the hands in front of the chest in a prayer position. Do one more like that. Inhale, bring the arms up. Extend the hips, push the hips forward. Exhale, do a forward bend, bring the body over the legs, hands either side of the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your left leg back, put the left knee down on the floor. Inhale, bring the arms up, arch the spine, do a low lunge. Exhale, bring the hands either side of your right foot. Inhale, step your right leg back to a plank. Exhale, bend the knees, chest, chin on the floor. Inhale, side forward cobra. Exhale, curl the toes, push your hips back and up. You'll be in downward facing dog. And again, stand downward dog 5 breaths. And the breath we use is called Ujjayi breathing, Ujjayi pranayama. And it's through the nose. You always breathe by the nose. That's the priority. But with Ujjayi breathing, you try and breathe through the back of your throat. So you drag the air through the back of the throat. You don't sniff the air through the nose. You try and draw the air through the back of the throat. And it makes a kind of soft sound in the back of the throat. If you don't like doing Ujjayi breathing, you're not really sure what it is, or whatever reason, you don't have to do it. Just breathe normally. But always breathe by the nose. Inhale, look up. And step left foot forward, big step in between the hands. Exhale, put right knee on the floor. Inhale, bring the arms up. Arch the spine, do a low lunge. Exhale, bring the hands either side of your left foot. Inhale, step right foot forward to your feet together. Exhale, forward, bending the body over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch your arms up. Look at the thumbs and arch back. Exhale, bring the hands in front of the chest in a prayer position. Then I'll bring the arms up, look at your thumbs. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor either side of the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your right leg back, step your left leg back, come to a plank. Bend your knees, put your knees down. Now here we're going to do knees down, chaturanga. Make sure you're not sticking your bum up in there. So tuck the pelvis, take a breath, and as you exhale, bend the elbows halfway. And hold this, like a knees down, chaturanga. Hold it for 3 breaths. If you find it really hard, stay higher up. If you find it quite easy, bend the elbows more and shift the weight forwards. The elbows like 90-degree angles. Good exhale, lie flat on your stomach. Inhale, lift your chest up, come up to a cobra. Now hold a cobra, which is a little back bend with the hands down, the chest up, the chin up, the legs extended, look up through your eyebrows. Good, exhale, bring your hips back towards your heels. Sit on the heels and drop the head down, come to a child's pose. And take a breath in child's pose and then come back to all fours position. Curl your toes, push your hips back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up and step or jump the feet forward in between the hands. Exhale, do a forward bend, bring the body over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch your arms up. Look at the thumbs, and then exhale all the way down, bring the hands to the floor either side of the feet, do a forward bend. Inhale, look up and step or jump the legs back to Chaturanga Dandasana. You can put the knees down if you like to. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then stand downward dog and breathe 5 breaths through the nose and out through the nose. And you can always put your knees down on the floor for Chaturanga Dandasana, which is at the low push-up position. And if you find upward dog really difficult, do cobra instead. So you always practice in a way that means you can keep going. It doesn't feel like it's too much. It's sustainable. That's the key, to make your practice sustainable so it gets you stronger over time. 1 more breath through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhale, look up and step or jump the feet forward in between the hands. Exhale, do a forward bend, bring the body over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch your arms up. Look at the thumbs. Exhale, all the way down, bring the hands to the floor either side of the feet. Inhale, look up and step or jump the legs back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. That's it. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then stand downward dog and breathe through the nose for 1. And out through the nose for 1. Inhale where you are for 2. And my friend, open the feet about hip width for 2. That's it. So a little bit easier for the hips. 3. With the hands shoulder width for 3. And then you shift the way back to the heels for 4. And you exhale for 4. Breathe 1 more breath through the nose for 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, look up and step or jump the feet forward in between the hands. Exhale, do a forward bend. Inhale, come all the way up, stretch your arms up. Breathe in together. Exhale all the way down, breathe out together. Bring the hands to the floor either side of the feet. Inhale, look up and step or jump the legs back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale is downward facing dog. This is Surya Namaskar, it's a sun salutation. And you stand downward dog 5 breaths. And keep your eyes still. Focus your attention on a single point. Look at the space in between your feet on the mat. Makes quite a good drishti. In the studio it's quite easy because there's not much to look at. In your practice in your house, there's always lots of different things to look at in your house. So try and keep your eyes still. Try and focus your attention on one point. You can use your mat. You can use the tip of the nose as the drishti. It's quite a good one. It's more traditional. It usually makes you feel a bit cross-eyed if you do it. Inhale, look up and step or jump the feet forward in between the hands. Exhale, do a forward bend. Inhale, bend the knees and make a chair. Do Utkatasana. Do Sun Salute Bina. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor for Uttanasana. Inhale, look up and step or jump the legs back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot step forward, a big step, warrior 1, right side. Bend the right knee, stretch your arms up. Look at the thumbs, and then exhale all the way down to Chaturanga Dandasana with the right leg back. Bend the elbows. Inhale is upward facing dog. Exhale is downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot, step forward, big step. One breath up to warrior one on the left side. Bend the left knee, look at the thumbs. Exhale all the way down to Chaturanga Dandasana. One breath down, do Vinyasa. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale is Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. You stand downward dog and breathe where you are. 5 breaths. Try and slow the breath down. And you keep the breath equal. So the inhale equals the exhale. And when you move, when you're doing the movements in between the postures, try and link the breath to the movement. So it's usually an inhale as you go up and exhale as you go down. One more breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Inhale, look up. Step or jump the feet forward in between the hands, and then exhale, do a forward bend. Inhale, bend the knees and make a chair, do Utkatasana. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, do a forward bend again. Inhale, look up and step or jump the legs back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot, step forward, a big step, warrior one, right side, and breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Look at the thumbs. Exhale all the way down, breathe out, breathe out, breathe out. Do a Vinyasa Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot, step forward. Warrior one on the left side, bend the left knee, stretch your arms up. One breath, one movement. Exhale all the way down to Chaturanga Dandasana. One breath down, bend the elbows. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. And then breathe in downward dog for 1. Exhale for 1. Inhale through the nose for 2. Exhale for 2. Keep breathing the body for 3. Exhale for 3. You slow the breath right down for 4. Exhale for 4. One more breath through the nose is 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale, look up and step or jump the feet forward. Could do one more. Exhale, do a forward bend. Inhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana, make a chair, look at the thumbs. Exhale, hands to the floor, do a forward bend. Inhale, look up and step or jump the legs back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot, step forward, big step. One breath up to warrior one on the right side, stretch the arms up. Exhale, one breath down to Chaturanga Dandasana and do Vinyasa. Inhale is upward facing dog. Exhale is downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot, step forward to warrior one on the left side, bend the left knee, push your right hip forward. Exhale, one exhalation, all the way down to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Sadhana, exhale, downward facing dog. Good, then breathe in downward dog. And catch your breath. By that I mean concentrate on how you're breathing. Pay attention to your inhale and exhale. Try and become aware of your breathing. 2, last breath through the nose. 1, inhale, look up and step or jump the feet forward. Exhale, do a forward bend. Inhale, bend the knees. Now make a chair. Utkatasana and stay in a chair. Sit the hips down and stretch your arms up. And stand Utkatasana. So bring the feet together. Let's just sit the hips back. You can have the hands apart, it's fine. But try and lift the chin up and then stick your bum back. That's like you're sitting in a chair. Good. 2, last breath. 1, bring the hands in front of the chest in a prayer position. Twist to the right. So the left elbow on the outside of the right knee. Turn the chest. Look over your right shoulder. Create a twist in the spine. If you've got a good twister, you can split your arms, but left hand down and right arm up. Otherwise, keep the palms together in a prayer position. Turn the chest and twist. Good. 4, last breath through the nose. 5, bring the palms back together. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale, twist to the left side. Right up on the outside of the left knee again. Turn the chest. Work on the twist. If you've got a good twist, right arm down, left arm up. And look at the left hand. And twist the spine. Squeeze the legs together. Squeezing the thighs together. And turn the chest. Good. 4, last breath. 5, bring the palms back together. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor. Uttanasana, open the feet. Hip width, or a little bit wider. Sit the hips down. So come down to a little squat. You can open the feet wide if you need to. Turn the toes out a little bit. Come down to a little squat. And then put your hands on the floor. You're going to do an arm balance, but it's good to be in this position because it's going to be like this on your hands. Put your hands on the floor, shoulders width apart. Crow pose. Come onto your tiptoes. Put the knees in the back of the armpits. Lean forward. If you can, lift the feet up. If you can't, you're going to stay here leaning forward. You can lift the feet up, balance on your hands, 5 breaths. Pull the heels up towards your hips. Keep pulling the knees up towards your armpits. Good, 2, last breath. 1, and then step or jump the legs back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot step forward, big step, come to warrior 1 on the right, so look at the thumbs. And exhale, open the arms at warrior 2. Right side, look at your right hand. Stretch your arms apart. Go look at the right middle finger. Use that as the focus, as the drishti, we call it a gaze point, concentrate. All your attention on a single point. 1 more breath. Turn your right palm up to face the ceiling, bring the left arm behind the back. Grab the inner thigh, lift the right arm all the way up. Stretch the right side of the body, and then lift the right heel up off the floor. Come onto the tiptoes. And do a side bend warrior. We call it reverse warrior pose. Back leg stays straight. Keep pressing through the back foot, and stretch your right arm up. So you side bend. Lengthen the side of the body. Good, 2. Hold it. 1 more breath. 1. Inhale, come up to warrior 2. Exhale, bring your hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Take a backward bend. Exhale, bend the front knee. Come forward. Bring your right shoulder down inside right calf muscle. Come down to humble warrior pose. 5 breaths. Drop the head down. Bring the arms forward for 4. Keep the back leg straight. Keep breathing. 3 by the nose and out through the nose. 2. Hold it. Last breath. 1. Inhale, come all the way up to warrior 2. Straighten your right leg. Now stretch your right arm forward. Bring the right hand inside right ankle. Left arm up. Look up towards the left hand. Come to Trikonasana. That's it. Keep a straight line through the wrist and just turn your right foot forward. See, my friend, your right foot. Yeah, point it forward to the front of the mat. That's it. Stretch your arms apart. Contract both thighs. Need to keep the front a little bit bent. That's okay, but try and pull the quad up all the same. Contract the leg muscles. 2. Last breath. Stretch the arms apart. 1. Inhale, come up. Arms and legs straight. Exhale, bend the right knee. Now bring your right shoulder down underneath the right leg. Bring your left arm behind the back. You're going to try and grab the fingers or grab the wrist for a bound side angle pose. So you bring your right arm underneath the leg, the shoulder down. That's it. Yeah, like that. So you got it. And then turn the chest up towards the ceiling. Yeah, good. Look over your left shoulder. Keep breathing. If your neck doesn't like the movement, go gently. If your shoulders find it really tough, just grab your shorts or your t-shirt, whatever you can reach, and turn the chest. Don't have to overdo it. 1 more breath. Hold the bind as best you can. Inhale, straighten the right leg. 1 breath. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten the right leg. You come to Baddha Trikonasana. Keep holding the hands behind the back of the leg if you can. See, keep the body and the leg very close together. Turn the chest. Look over your left shoulder. Keep pressing the back leg straight. Press through the back foot. 1 more breath through the nose. And then bend the right leg. Release the bind. Put your right hand on the floor outside of your right foot. You can use a block here if you like to, or use a brick. Stretch your left arm forward towards the front. And lengthen the left side of the body. Do side angle. This is why I recommend using a block for you. Use a bigger block than that. It's a little bit small. Yeah, use one of the big ones so you can get the hand higher up. And then push the knee and the arm together. Turn the chest to the left and lengthen the left side of the body. Good. 1 more breath through the nose. Bring your left hand down. Lift your left heel up off the floor. Now stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. Look up towards your right hand. Turn the chest. Do a twist. If you find it hard to get the hand on the floor, put a block underneath it. You can always stay higher up. You can press the heel to the back and twist the spine. Turn the chest. And look at your right hand. So the whole spine starts to twist from the coccyx right to the top of the head. Last breath through the nose. Exhale, untwist. Now bring your right hand outside of your right foot. Keep the back heel lifted and just try and straighten your right leg. Okay, if you can't get the front leg, the right leg straight, put your hand on a block or put your hands on a block. Stay higher up so you can get the legs straight. And then stretch the spine forward and try and bring your chin towards the shin. So you lengthen your spine over the right leg. Contract the thigh muscles. Pull in the abdominal wall. Think of sucking the stomach muscles up and in to stretch the spine forward. This is Parsvottanasana. You should feel intense stretch maybe in the right hamstring, calf muscle, glute. Last breath through the nose. I want to do some movement from here. Flex your right foot. And then as you exhale, bend the left knee. Keeping the right leg straight, bring the hips back. And then inhale, straighten the left leg. Good, exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Good, exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Good, exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the left leg. One more time, exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the left leg and put your right foot down, bend the right knee. Inhale, bring the arms up. Come to a high lunge. That's it, come to a high lunge, a bit like warrior one. But your back heel stays lifted. And you can push your left hip forward. Stretch the arms up towards the ceiling. And keep breathing by the nose and out through the nose. Good, keep breathing. 2 more breaths now. It depends where you're practicing. If you're practicing right in front of a wall, you've got to step back a bit so you don't headbutt the wall. Lean the weight to your right foot and lift your left leg up. Come to warrior 3. You should be right in the studio. If you're at home and you're in front of a wall, don't headbutt the wall or don't knock a painting off the wall. Stretch the arms alongside the body. Keep the back leg straight. Flex the back foot. Lift the leg up. So the whole body parallel to the floor. Warrior 3. Try and lift the chest up here, my friend, with the bright yellow socks. That's a good 2. Last breath through the nose. 1, bring your right hand down underneath the right shoulder. You can put the hand on the block. You can put the hand on the brick so it stays higher up. And then turn the left hip up and stretch your left arm up. You'll be in half moon pose. You call Ardha Chandrasana. Remain the block here. That if you use a block, you'll be a bit higher up and you can turn the hip more easily. So you can turn the whole body to face the left. And then last thing it is, you look at your left hand, the one up in the air. Keep breathing. So don't hold your breath. 2, last breath. 1, bring both hands down on the floor. Come to standing splits. Point the toes up. Stretch your spine down your right leg. So you come to standing splits and hold that 5 breaths. Or if you like to practice handstands, you can do little hops with your right foot. You can do a big hop. Try and join the legs together. And point the toes up towards the ceiling. Otherwise, just do standing splits. Keep lifting the leg up straight in the air. Stretch your spine down. Point the toes up. Good, 2. Last breath through the nose. 1, then bring the leg back down and step or jump the legs back. The Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, now look at the space between your hands. Bring your right hand into the center of that space. Roll onto the edge of your right foot. Stretch your left arm up. Do side plank. Ooh, push your hips up. That's it. Push out through the side of the waist and side plank. And you can stay here 5 breaths, or you can lift your left leg up. You can grab your left big toe and split your legs apart. Good, push your hips up. Push up through the side of the waist. Good, 2. Look at your left hand, last breath. 1, release the foot. Come back to a plank. Then do Vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot step forward, big step in between the hands. Come to warrior 1 on the left side. Look at the thumbs. And exhale, open the arms up, warrior 2. And look at your left hand. Good, look at the left middle finger. Stretch the arms apart. And breathe, extend and expand the body with the breath. So as you inhale, you expand. And as you exhale, you extend your awareness throughout the whole body. 1 more breath. Turn your left palm up, bring the right hand behind the back, grab the inner thigh. If you can reach it, lift the left arm up. And do a side bend. You can't reach the inner thigh, just put the right hand on the right thigh like this and just do a side bend. Lengthen the left side of the body. Keep looking up at your left hand. Lift the left heel up off the floor. If you did that last time, keep the back leg straight. Keep pressing the back foot flat on the floor. Good, 2. Sit the hips down. Stretch the arm up. 1. Inhale, come up to warrior 2. Exhale, bring your hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Now inhale, straighten the left leg. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Take a backward bend. Exhale, bend the left knee, come forward. Left shoulder goes down into left calf muscle. Humble warrior pose. For 1, drop the head down, relax the neck down. 2, pull in the abdominal wall, keep breathing where you are. 3, that's good everybody, hold it where you are. 2, last breath. 1, inhale, come all the way up to warrior 2. Straighten the left leg. And turn the foot to point forward again. And then stretch your left arm. Yeah, that's it, bring the left hand inside left ankle. You can put the hand on the ankle for support, stay higher up. Stretch your right arm up. Look up towards your right hand, that's it. And then just turn the chest to the right. Just go slow. It doesn't matter how deep you go in the postures. Never think there's a shape you have to achieve to be doing it right. Just do what you can do right now. And that's all this is working out what you can do right now. So paying attention to right now. This particular present moment experience. Last breath through the nose. and out through the nose. Inhale, come up, arms and legs straight. Exhale, bend the left knee, bring your left shoulder down underneath the left leg. Bring the right arm behind the back, try and grab the fingers, grab the wrist, look over your right shoulder. And again, if you can't reach your hands together, if your shoulders feel overworking here, just have the hands apart and turn the chest, look over your right shoulder. Good, keep breathing by the nose and out through the nose. Contract the back thigh and press through the back foot. Now hold the bind as best as you can. We do inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the left leg, you'll be in Baddha Trikonasana. And then hold that 5 breaths. Look over the right shoulder. 4 breaths. Keep the back leg straight. That's it. 3. Try and lean back a little bit. 2. That's leaning forward. Lean back. Yeah, that's it. That way. 1. Bend the left knee. Release the bind. Put your left hand on the floor outside of the left foot. Again, use a block. Stretch your right arm forward towards the front. Of course, you don't need a block here. You can put that hand on the floor if you can reach it really easily and it feels comfortable here. But work out how it feels. Work out what it feels to do it right now. Turn the chest rather than an idealized version of how you want to do it or how you think you should or whatever it might be. Turn the chest. Stretch the right side. Pull in the abdominal. Press the back foot flat down. 1 more breath. You could bring your right hand underneath the right shoulder. Lift your right heel up off the floor. Then stretch your left arm up. You do a twist. Parvita Parsvakonasana. Keep the front knee bent to 90 degrees. But make sure you're not sinking the hips down. Let's get the hips up so you get the spine to twist. Turn the chest. Look over your left shoulder for 3. Keep breathing by the nose. 4. Remember, it's a breathing exercise. 5. Untwist. Put the left hand outside of the left foot and straighten your left leg. Again, you might need to use a block for this. You might need to stay a bit higher up for this. That's okay. Stay higher up. Get the front leg straight. And then lengthen the spine foot over your right leg. You can stretch your spine foot over the right leg. And keep breathing through the nose and out through the nose. Because same slow breath. Remember, keep the breath continuous through the nose. Make that the priority. 1 more breath. In for 5. Exhale, flex the left foot and then bend the right knee. Bring the hips back. Keep the left leg straight. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee. So the right knee again hovering off the floor. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Good. Exhale, bend the right knee. Straighten the right leg. Do it 1 more time. Exhale, bend the right knee. Good. Inhale, straighten the right leg. So put the left foot down on the floor. Bend the left knee. Inhale, bring the arms up. Come to a high lunge. Come to a high lunge. That's it. Stretch the arms straight. You're doing good. Keep the back lifted though. You'll find a bit more control over the movement. You can push your right hip forward a bit. Square the hips up and then stretch the arms up. Good. 2. Hold it. Last breath. 1. Lean the weight to your left foot and lift your right leg up. You come to warrior 3. Flex the back foot and kick through the back. So really extend the back leg. Stretch the arms alongside the body. Like an airplane. That's it. Yeah, like airplane wings. Bring the body down. Bring the abdomen down. Just a little bit lower. Bring the body down. But don't bend the knee. Good. 2. Hold it. Last breath. 1. Bring your left hand down underneath the left shoulder. Put your hand on a block or a brick. That way you'll be higher up and you can turn your right hip up more easily. Lift the right arm up. Look up towards your right hand. Turn the whole body to face the right hand side. Extend the back leg and lift it up. Good. Hold it there. Wherever you get to, hold it for 4. Stretch the arms opposite directions. 5. You bring both hands down on the floor. And then lift your right leg up high. Come to standing splits. Point the toes up. Stretch your spine down. Do standing splits. 5 breaths. That's option 1. You stay here. Option 2 again. You can do little hops off your left foot. If you like handstand, just do little hops like this to start. It's the way of getting used to handstand. Point the toes up. Otherwise, stretch your spine down. 1 more breath through the nose. Good. Bring the leg back down. Then step or jump the legs back to Chaturanga Dandasana, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog to a backward bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now look at the space between your hands. Bring your left hand into the center, run on the edge of your left foot. Stretch your right arm up. If it's really too hard doing side plank like this, you can have your left knee on the floor. So your knee's underneath your hip. And if it's easy doing side plank, lift your right leg up in the air. And some days it's easy, some days it's hard. Grab the big toe if you can reach it. Extend the leg. Keep turning the hip up and the hip out. Push the hips up and look up. Good. 4. 1 more breath. 5. Release the foot. Come back to a plank. Do Vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, inhale, look up and step or jump the feet forward in between the hands. Exhale, do a forward bend. Inhale, bend the knees, make a chair. Utkatasana, straighten the legs, bring the arms down. Okay, turn to your right, take a big step out to the right. Bring the arms out and turn the toes in so the toes point forwards rather than out to the sides. Exhale, put your hands on your hips. Inhale, take a backward bend, and exhale, come forward, bring the body down. Put your hands on the floor. Put the hands in between the heels so the shoulders width apart. Inhale, stretch your spine forward. Exhale, bend the elbows, bring the crown of the head to the floor. Now, if your head touches the floor, if you practice it, you can come up headstand if you like to do headstand. Push through the hands, squeeze the elbows in. If your head doesn't reach the floor, if you don't practice it, just try and straighten the legs. Just try and straighten the legs. Pull the quads up, the thighs up. Roll the weight forward to the toes. Stretch the spine down. So Veronica, try and do it with the hands on the floor rather than the forearms down. So instead of doing a supported headstand, do a tripod headstand. So the hands are flat down on the floor like this. It's a slightly different version. Last breath through the nose. Good, exhale the legs down if they're up in the air. Inhale, look up. Exhale, put your hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Good, take a backward bend. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, stretch your arms out straight. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, take a backward bend. And exhale, come forward, bring the body down. Bring the arms forward. And do a second variation of wide leg forward fold. Roll the weight forward to your toes. Contract the thigh muscles. So try and get the legs really straight. Pull the thighs up. Bring the arms forward. And drop the head down. And lengthen the spine down. And hold it. Last breath through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhale, come all the way up. Good, take a backward bend. Good, exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, stretch your arms out straight. Good, exhale, put your hands on your hips. Again, inhale, extend the hips, take a backward bend. Exhale, come forward, bring the body down. This time, grab your ankles, grab your Achilles tendon, both hands. Inhale, stretch your spine forward. Exhale, pull the body right through the legs. Pull the body right through the legs. Do a third variation. That's it. You've got to do a lot of the same things again and again when you do yoga. A lot of repetition. And that's all it takes. All it takes is practice. All it takes is perseverance. You don't have to be flexible or strong or coordinated or good at balancing. You just have to try it. You have to keep trying it. Last breath through the nose. Good, exhale, put your hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Good, take a backward bend. And then bring the feet back together. Come to the top of the mat. Start the feet together. Shift the weight to your left foot. Keep the left one on the left hip. Bend the right knee. Use your first two fingers, grab the right big toe. And then extend the right leg. You can always have the knee bent here. If you find your spine's rounding a lot, like this, keep the knee bent and get the spine up straight. Get the chest up. Good. Find your balance. Look straight ahead. Try and keep your eyes still. Keep your eyes fixed on one point. One more breath. Now bring the right leg out to the right. Just go as far as you can. Look over your left shoulder. Try and look to the left-hand side of the room. That's it. Good. Hold it there. 2. Spine up tall. 3. Steady the breath. 4. Last breath. Try and hold on to the foot still. What's going on with that? 5. Bring the leg back to the center. And then let go. Oop, let go. Put the hands on the hips. And hold the leg out in the air. That's it. Point the toes. Extend the leg. Just 5 breaths. If the leg drops, that's okay. Just contract the thigh. Lift the leg a little bit higher. Good. 1 more breath through the nose. Then bend the right knee. Put the sole of the right foot against the inner thigh. You can do a tree. And then bring the hands in front of the chest in a prayer position. Get the spine up straight. Yeah, that's better. Good. Push your hips a bit forward. So extend the hips and stretch your spine up. Good. Find your balance. Find a single point of focus straight ahead of you, wherever it is, whatever it is. Last breath. Good. Bring your right knee forward and put the right foot down on the floor. Okay, shift the weight to your right foot, right hand on the right hip. Bend the left knee. First 2 fingers grab left big toe. Extend the left leg. So do the same again. Get the spine up straight. Again, you can always have the knee bent. You can even hold the knee like this if you need to. You can hold the knee. But use your other hand, my friend. Use your left hand to hold left knee. That's it. And just get to where you get to. Stay still. Stay still. Last breath. And as you exhale, open the leg out to the side. Again, just go as far as you can without the whole body turning to the left. If the whole body turns, just stay the leg forward. Look over your right shoulder. Good. 1. Get the spine up. 2. Stay balanced there. 3. You can hold the knee is fine. 4. Last breath. 5. Bring the leg back to the center. Good. Let go. Put the hands on the hips. Extend the leg. 5 breaths. Again, if the leg drops, that's okay. Just don't try to lean back to get the leg up. Get the spine straight. Contract the thigh. Lift the leg a little bit higher. Good. And then bend the left knee. Bring the sole of the left foot against the inner thigh. Good. 1 more balance. And get the spine up. Bring the hands in front of the chest in a prayer position. Good. Find a point of balance. Good. Look straight ahead. Good. Keep breathing by the nose. You're facing the back now. Good. 3. Spine up. 2. Last breath. 1. Bring the left knee forward. Bring the left foot down on the floor. Are you okay? Good. Bring the arms over your head. Look at your thumbs. Exhale. Bring the hands to the floor, either side of the feet. Do a forward bend. Look up and step or jump the legs back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay. Now from downward dog, I want to do some jumping. If you don't want to do any jumping, that's fine. You don't have to do any at all. You can just stay in downward dog. You can do a child's pose. You can miss it all out. But we're going to do some jumping with both feet off the floor at the same time. So you're gonna bend the knees and do a little hop. Push through the shoulders. Then land soft. Doesn't matter how high you get. Maybe it's like this to start. That's fine. You do 5 little hops. Ready? Bend the knees and hop. 1. Push through the shoulders. Land soft. Then 2. Bend the knees. Hop. Push through the shoulders. And soft. Good. 3. And land soft. 4. Push through the shoulders as you jump. 1 more time. 5. Good. And then land softly. And the key with all jumping in yoga is you've got to use your shoulders. You've got to use your core. Look forward. Bend the knees. And jump straight through your hands. So you're sitting on the floor. Good. More or less. That's it. Get the legs out straight. Put the hands on the floor by your hips. Flex your feet. Get the spine up straight. Come to Dandasana. Roll the thighs in. Contract the quads. These muscles, the tops of the thighs. And make sure you're not rolling back on your hips. If you are, you can use your hands. Push to get the spine up straighter. Good. 1 more breath. Bring your arms up. Exhale, grab your big toes, first 2 fingers. Inhale, stretch your spine up. Exhale, pull the body forward over the legs. Paschimottanasana. If you need to bend the knees here, bend the knees, my friend, and grab the big toes. First 2 fingers like this. Palms facing each other. Yeah, hooked. Yeah, that way. That's it. Good. And stretch your spine forward. Again, don't worry about how straight the legs are. Don't worry about how low your body is. Just get to somewhere you can hold it and stay still. Just 1 more breath. Good. Inhale, look up. Now grab the edges of the feet. Grab the sides of the feet. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, pull the body forward over the legs. Do a second variation. Paschimottanasana. Flex the toes back. Stretch your spine forward. Push your knees down. Try and contract the thigh muscles. And then pull to stretch the spine. Good, everybody. Keep breathing. Wherever you're at, keep breathing by the nose and out through the nose. Whatever's going on around you. Last breath in through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhale, look up, release the feet. Now point the toes forward. Put the hands on the floor behind your hips so the fingers point towards the hips. And push your hips up. Drop your head back. Come to reverse plank. That's it. Bring the big toes down. Push your hips up. Drop the head back. Squeeze the legs together. Point the toes forward and down. Chest up. Good. 3 hips up. 4 chest up. 5. Bring the hips all the way down. Get the left leg out straight. Bend the right knee. Put the sole of the right foot against the inner thigh. Do Jana Shavasana. Bring your arms over your head. Now grab your left foot. If you can reach, you grab your left wrist. If you can't reach, you can bend the knee. Again, bend the knee so you can grab the foot. And then stretch the spine forward over your left leg for Jana Shavasana. Call it head to knee, but really the aim is to try and bring the crown of the head to the big toe. So think of stretching the spine forward, the body over the leg. Again, bend the knee, my friend. And then see how your spine's doing this? Try and think, just lift the chest up like this. Yeah, that's it. Stay higher up, it's better. Always going to be nice in the long run. Over time, get the legs straighter. 1 more breath. Good. Inhale, look up. Release the foot. Now bend your right knee up. and put your right foot flat on the floor. Bring the heel close to your hip. Make sure there's a gap between the thigh and the foot so it's not squashed in. Okay, stretch your right arm up. Bring the right arm round the right shin bone. Wrap it around the back. Try and clasp the hands. Pull the leg into the side of the body and then stretch forward over your left leg. Do Vinyasa A. Pull your leg in to the side of the body. If you can't grab the hands, you're still going to just pull the leg in. So wrap the arm in front of the leg. Other way, like this, not like this. But like, yeah, that's it. And then pull the leg in. 2. Flex your toes back. Last breath. 1. Inhale, look up. Release the bind of the arms. Bring your right foot over the corner of the left knee. Put the foot down flat. Stretch your left arm up. Left up against the right knee. Do a twist. If you want to bind the arm so you can wrap the arm underneath the leg, otherwise put your right hand on the floor, push against the floor, lift up, twist to the right, turn the chest. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, twist, turn the chest. Flex your left toes towards your face. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift up, create space between the hip and the rib. And exhale, twist the body right side. Good, one more breath. Exhale, twist, turn the chest. Good, untwist. Swap the legs around. Stretch your right leg out. Bend your left knee. Put the sole of the left foot against the inner thigh. Bring the arms over your head. Just do the same through on the other side. Grab the right foot. Grab the right wrist. Bend the right knee if you need to, remember. And stretch the spine up and forwards. So you shouldn't feel pressure in your knee when you do this. If you do, then back off it. Don't do stuff that hurts the joints. Flex the toes back. Stretch the spine. You might feel a lot of it's uncomfortable. You might feel muscles feel tight or they're difficult to stretch or whatever they might be, but don't overstress the joints. If they feel there's pain in the joint, just back off that. Flex the toes back. Stretch your spine forward and breathe. Last breath through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhale, look up, release the foot. Put your left foot on the floor, bring the heel close to the hip. Again, make sure there's a gap between thigh and foot. Stretch your left arm up. Left arm around the left shin bone. Wrap it around the back. Try and clasp. If you can't clasp, you're going to pull the leg in to the side of the body. Flex the right foot and stretch forward over your right leg. Vinyasa A. Look at your right foot. Keep breathing. The idea is you want to try and practice for a very long time. As in not, hours at a time, but for a long time in your life. So you try and practice in a sustainable way. Don't do stuff that hurts, but make sure you do stuff that your body adapts. Last breath through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhale, look up, release the bind. Now bring your left foot over the corner of the right knee. Put the foot down flat. Stretch your right arm up. Right elbow against the left knee. If you're binding, go ahead. Otherwise, use your left hand to push. Lift up, stretch the spine. Twist around to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Flex the right toes towards the face. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Turn the chest. Good. 3. Inhale, stretch up. Pull in the abdominal wall. Exhale, twist. 4. One more breath through the nose and twist. 5. Good, untwist. Look forward. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the heels close to your hips. Press the heels together and get the spine up straight. So we're just going to do first variation. Just try and get the spine as straight as you can. So bring your attention, bring your awareness to what your spine's doing right now. If it feels like it's rounding, that's okay. Just try and lengthen the spine by pushing the sitting bones down against the floor. And pulling in the abdominal wall. Press the heels together. One more breath. And the next exhale, come forward. Trying to hinge forward at the hip. So keeping the spine as straight as possible. Hinge forward to bring the head to the floor. Or bring the chin to the floor. Beyond your feet. Don't worry if you don't get that far with it. Just stretch the front of the body as much as you're stretching the back of the body. Press the heels together. You can turn the soles of the feet up. And, open the soles of the feet like opening a book. Keep pressing the heels in. And bring the chin towards the floor. Good, inhale, come up. And the last one, tuck your chin to your chest and then round down. And this time, try to bring the crown of the head to the toes. So chin in, stomach in, round in. Trimming your crown of the head to the toes. Veronica, use your elbows to push the thighs down. So your knees out to the... No, see how your knees are sticking up like this? Try and use the elbows to push the thighs down. That's it, just slowly. Yeah, that's the direction. Doesn't matter if they move much, but just a little bit as you press the heels in. Last breath. Good, inhale, come up. Grab the big toes, first 2 fingers hooked around the big toes and stretch your legs up. And look up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling. Come to, we call this both big toes pose because you're holding both your big toes. You can have the knees bent here, it's fine. Get the chest up, spine up. Balance in your bum. Good, one more breath. As you exhale, open the legs out wide into Upavitra Konasana for 1. Look up, spine up. 2, pull the shoulders down the back. 3, so you lengthen the spine. 4, last breath. 5, bring the legs back together and bring the arms alongside the thighs. Come to Navasana for 5 breaths. Get the chest up. 4, extend the legs. You can have the knees bent here if you need to and hold the thighs. 3, hold steady where you get to. 2, last breath. 1, bend the knees, put the feet down and then roll onto your back. Roll onto your back. Good, bring the hands on the floor by your hips, palms down and push your hips up towards the ceiling. Do a bridge. Interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push your chest up towards your chin. And do a bridge. Do Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Push your chest up towards your chin and press your feet down flat on the floor. Good, everyone. Now you can stay here like this if you like. You can stay in a bridge. If you want to try a wheel, now's the time. To do a wheel, you bring your hands under your shoulders. So the fingers point towards the shoulders. And then push your hands and your feet and come up to Urdhva Dhanurasana, which is wheel. Push your chest forward. And keep breathing by the nose. I hope someone at home is doing this because none of you guys are. Okay, push your feet down, push your chest up. Good, just 2 more breaths, doesn't matter. Standard bridge is fine. Last breath. Good, exhale, come all the way down. And then bend the knees, hug your knees to your chest. Hug your knees to your chest. Good. And then grab the big toes. First 2 fingers hooked around the big toes. And do happy baby. Pull the knees into your armpits. Good, everyone loves happy baby. Keep the head on the floor. Pull the knees down. If you can't grab the big toes, you grab the, shins or the thighs. Doesn't matter where you grab on this one, really. If you can't do something, it's still worthwhile trying it. And you'll find a lot of stuff is impossible to start with. A lot of stuff you feel you can't do, your mind will react against it. And the whole narrative will form around it about the type of person you are based on the thing you're trying to do. Good, then release the big toes, bring the hips down, bring the legs together, stretch your legs up straight so you're putting your legs like an L shape. Put the hands on the floor by your hips. We're going to finish with an inversion. We're going to finish with shoulder stand. If you don't want to do shoulder stand for whatever reason, you can just stay like this with the legs up. You can even stick them up against the wall as long as it's not a fancy wall with a picture on it like this. Otherwise, you're going to swing your legs over your head. Bring your feet to the floor beyond your head. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your rib cage on your back. And then you stretch your legs up into shoulder stand. Okay? And you stay in shoulder stand for a little bit longer than the 5 breaths we've been doing for the rest of the postures. Okay, push your hands against the back, push your elbows against the floor. So you've got the support of your shoulders. Squeeze the legs together, try and make the body strong so it's easier to maintain balance. And then concentrate on how you're breathing. And by that I mean just become aware of how you're breathing again. It's very easy for that awareness to slip off into something else, usually into narratives about yourself. Good, exhale to Halasana, bring the feet to the floor beyond your head. If the feet don't reach the floor, keep the hands on the back for support. If the feet reach the floor, you can interlace the fingers and stretch the arms straight and do a plow. Push the arms against the floor. Good, and then bend the knees and bring the knees to the ears. Do Kanapadasana, the knees to ears pose. So bring the feet to the floor. If you can. Can't. Bring your knees to your forehead. Bend the knees. That's it. Is it okay? Yeah, that's good like that. Don't have to go further. Try not to turn the head. Then bring the hands down, flat palms down, and roll down the spine. 1 vertebra at a time till the tailbone touches the floor. And when your tailbone touches the floor, then you're going to stretch your legs out straight. When your legs out straight, use the elbows to push against the floor, lift the chest up, and drop your head back. So you lightly touch the crown of the head to the floor. Come to a fish. Push your forearms down, lift the chest up, And lightly touch the crown of the head to the floor, so you expand the lungs, expand the rib cage, squeeze the legs together, push the chest up. Look at the third eye point between the eyebrows. Keep breathing. Good, keep breathing. One more breath through the nose. And then exhale, come all the way down. Lie flat on your back. Good, open your arms, legs a little bit wider. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And squeeze everything really tight. Scrunch at the fingers and the toes. And exhale through your mouth. Just sigh the air out. Do that again. Inhale through the nose again. Squeeze everything really tight. Squeeze the eyes tight shut. Exhale through your mouth. One more breath in through the nose again. Squeeze everything really tight. Every muscle contracted. And exhale, stick your tongue out. And then relax. Drop the breath right down. And leave the breath behind. Just for a moment, leave your body behind. Just for a moment, completely relax. Your whole body relaxed. Your mind free from tension. You lie still. Okay, start to move your fingers and toes. Just slowly, gently. Just start to move your body. Well done, everyone. Did really good. Excellent. Bring your arms over your head. Stretch your arms, your legs out. Big stretch. And then bend your knees, hug your knees to your chest. Roll to your right side. Take your time. Push yourself up to a sitting position. Sit up tall. Good. Close your eyes. Get the spine up straight. Bring your hands in front of the chest in a prayer position. Did really good. All of you, wherever you're practicing, whether it was here in the studio with us or at home on a computer, wherever it might be, did excellent. Remember who you practice for. Remember what the effort was for. That's one thing the teaching of yoga has been very clear about, that you have most success in practicing when you do it without any expectation of a result. And by practicing for someone else, it'll have that effect, not expecting to get something out of it. So you take yourself out of the equation, because our minds tend to do that and make everything about us. I'm going to finish with one Om. Take a deep breath. Om. Thanks for coming, everyone. Thanks for practicing. Have a wonderful evening. See you next time.